Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Next month is Pride Month, and to celebrate that, Wizards of the Coast is promoting a special event where you can run 2 legendary creatures as partners who don't normally have partner. I thought this was a fun idea, so we'll be previewing decks all week built around that concept. But who wants to drop hundreds of dollars on a deck for only a single event? Most of us aren't sponsored by Card Kingdom. Cough, call me Card Kingdom. Anyway, my thought was to have decks with established archetypes, but with optional commanders that can be used for this specific event. Yesterday we had Wolfgar and Audric leading a Naya Dinosaurs deck. Today we've got Teysa and Geralf leading a zombie deck. Wait, Danon, this is supposed to be a Pride deck. Yes, dear viewer, I know. I'll explain. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Teysa Karloff is a 4-mana 2/4 legendary human advisor. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent we control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Also, creature tokens we control have Vigilance and Lifelink. Geralf the Fleshwright is a 3-mana human warlock. Whenever we cast a spell during our turn, other than the first spell we've cast, we create a 2/2 black and blue zombie rogue creature token. Additionally, whenever a zombie enters the battlefield under our control, we put a +1/+1 counter on it for each other zombie that entered the battlefield under our control this turn. Okay, so Teysa needs a beard. The Orzhov clan is very traditional and they wouldn't approve of her lover. So she needed someone. Someone that she and her lover could control. Someone handsome enough to be presentable at high society parties, but otherwise she could toss in a lab and let them experiment. But she would need someone with a necromantic bent to cover for her true lover, Verena Lich Queen. Verena Lich Queen is our hidden commander, and who we pull out after Pride is over. I know, gay erasure and all that. But seriously, this is an almost $750 deck, and I've gotten a lot of comments on my previous Verena video asking me to build a higher powered one. So, here you go. Well, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, T-Fury. Every day, T-Fury has new designs that are on sale, but as you can see, they also have some great collections of other shirts. Anime, D&D, 80s retro, comic books, Lord of the Rings. There are thousands of shirts to choose from. I've been a loyal customer of theirs for 10 years, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. Click the link down below to see new designs and to add to your geek wardrobe. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. The plan is that I'll be streaming here in the next couple of weeks. My schedule lately has been hectic, so I haven't had the time. Now, we're going to change how we do things. If I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV or some other video game, it'll be dualcast on Twitch and Musings by Danon, my anime and manga channel. If I'm building commander decks or something magic related, I'll be streaming over here as well as Twitch. I've roughed out a schedule, but I need to confirm a few things with Cute Stuff, so keep an eye out for now. Starting off our land base with 2 classics, Command Tower and Exotic Orchard, both budget options that go in just about any multicolored commander deck. For fetch lands, we've got Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, Marsh Flats, Windswept Heath, Misty Rainforest, and Bloodstained Mire. As a reminder, as lands that produce no mana, fetch lands have no color identity and can go in any commander deck. For fetchable lands, we've got Rafine's Tower, Hallowed Fountain, Watery Grave, Godless Shrine, Meticulous Archive, Undercity Sewers, Shadowy Backstreet, Prairie Stream, Sunken Hollow, and Eclipsed Steppe. Lots of targets for our fetch lands. Next up, we're running Sea of Clouds, Morphic Pool, Vault of Champions, Deserted Beach, Shipwreck Marsh, Shattered Sanctum, Glacial Fortress, Drowned Catacomb, and Isolated Chapel. Lots of good dual-colored lands that usually enter untapped. We've also got Field of the Dead, and Bajuka Bog serving as utility lands. Finally, we're running 2 plains, 3 islands, and 4 swamps as our basics. Normally I'd run more basics, but we're a bracket 3 deck, so I figured it'd be fine. For mana ramp, we've got Phyrexian Altar and Ashnod's Altar serving as sacrifice outlets. Yes, they are combo enablers. For mana rocks, we're running Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Hierarchy, Azorius Signet, Dimir Signet, Orzhov Signet, and Mind Stone. Lots of ways to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Finally, for treasure generators, we're running Smothering Tithe and Black Market Connections. Plenty of ways to ensure that we have the mana to cast lots of spells every turn. Our card advantage package consists of Undead Augur, Cryptbreaker, Zul Ashur Lichlord, Zombie Apocalypse, Grave Researcher, Demonic Tutor, Liliana Dreadhorde General, Windfall, Consider, Frantic Search, Chart a Course, Siphon Mind, and Dark Deal. Zombies care about graveyards, and having the ability to sift through our deck and fill our graveyard is important to our strategy. And having a handful of cards also helps pretty much any deck. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Voidrend, Swords to Plowshares, Negate, Generous Gift, Counterspell, Hero's Downfall, Fracture, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Disenchant, and Path to Exile. Lots of ways to remove annoying permanents from the battlefield or spells from the stack. Our board wipes consist of Final Act and Austere Command. Flexible and powerful, just what we're looking for. The core of our deck consists of Verena Lich Queen, Wayward Servant, Diregraph Captain, Gravecrawler, Death Baron, Diregraph Colossus, Lord of the Accursed, Wilhelt the Rockcleaver, Corpse Knight, God Eternal Oketra, Undead Warchief, Bone Miser, the Scarab God, Cemetery Reaper, Carrion Feeder, Liliana Death's Majesty, Grimgrin Corpseborn, Headless Rider, and Liliana's Majesty. Lots of ways to fill our board with zombies. Supporting our plan, we've also got Rooftop Storm, Necro Duality, and Anointed Procession. Hooray for doubling our zombies. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 38 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. A little high, but we're doing a lot of filtering, so it's fine. 13 pieces of card advantage, 10 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog and Final Act, 1 Sudden I Win card in the Scarab God. The Scarab God is a brutal and fun win condition. If we have enough zombies on board, we can just drain everyone all at the same time, and there's nothing they can do about it. Well, assuming the Scarab God is on the battlefield during our upkeep. But even without him, we should have a large enough army to just swarm our opponents. The Night of the Living Dead is coming, and our opponents will soon be overwhelmed. Do you have a zombie deck? Who's your commander? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pye, Kazaris, Patrick, Osira, Justin, Sleech, Luke, Mr. Salty, Daniel, Zombie, Brian, and Enra, Waka, and Lon. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.